European conflicts spread to North America. The conflicts among Europeans had their roots far from North America. In Europe, the rival nations of France, England, and Spain were fighting a series of wars. These disputes spread across the Atlantic. King William's War raged in Europe from 1689 to 1697. King William III was England's king. He led his country against France. In North America, English forces and their Iroquois allies fought the French and their allied tribes. Queen Anne's War lasted from 1702 to 1713. In Europe, Great Britain's Queen Anne fought France and Spain. This war also spread across the Atlantic. Battles took place in French Canada, Spanish Florida, and along the frontier of the British colonies. Again, each nation's American Indian allies were involved. In King George's War, 1744 through 1748, the British King George II led his country once more into war against Spain. The war grew to include France and other countries. In North America, the war was again fought on the frontier. The French and Indian War, 1754 through 1763, was the final war of this period. As you read in Lesson 10, the British won this war. Their alliance with the Iroquois helped them. The Cherokee War. Alliances were often complicated at that time. The Cherokee War, or the Cherokee Uprising, shows this clearly. When the French and Indian War began in 1754, the Cherokees sided with the British, but relations between the Cherokees and the British settlers were strained. Then, in 1758, a band of Cherokees met with the British. The British general was disrespectful. While making the trip home after the meeting, the Cherokees lost some of their horses. They stole some horses from settlers. The situation went from bad to worse. The settlers reacted to the theft by killing 19 of their Cherokee allies, and they scalped the dead. The Cherokee chiefs tried to restore the peace, but younger Cherokee warriors wanted revenge. They raided settlers on the frontier. To stop them, over 2,000 British soldiers marched on the Cherokees. A full-scale war erupted between the former allies. Many died on both sides. In 1761, the Cherokees lost the war. They had to give up their eastern lands. However, the British victory was also costly, and soon after, the British had to fight other American Indians in the Pontiac Uprising of 1763. To gain peace, British King George III issued the Proclamation of 1763. In it, he stopped British colonists from moving west across the Appalachian Mountains and into American Indian lands. This angered the settlers. They began to resent British rule. In the years to come, this would help cause greater trouble for Great Britain.